Welcome back to Off the Block. Thank you everybody for joining me today, whether it's a morning, afternoon, whenever you're listening to our podcast. Thank you for watching the videos. I want to encourage you to leave a comment down below. But real quick, you see the thumbnail. I want to talk about this subject. I don't like to get too much drama with our YouTubers. I had some conversations here and there with Dubs. And, in the beginning, I want to talk about that because I used to give him props. I'm a pastor. I used to tell him I'm praying for you. I was happy that he was out, But I want to talk about this individual because he's been on YouTube for now a couple years, and you see a lot of videos been made by him. And Gunner, that's another story. That guy has no respect for nobody. I don't think he has respect for himself. But I want to talk about John Villa. John and Leonard. Leonard's out of the conversation. I want to waste my time with that. But, Cali Legends Media, props to Lucky. I wanted to share, and even Slugs and L. L is Salvadorian like me, grew up. L has a kind of like the same story like me. We two brothers. We were involved in gangs. We're Salvadorian. We're part of Mexican gang and all that. I like L. I listen to him a lot. But I want to talk about John Villa or Dubs. Even when you think about it, now he's like, it's sad. When I look at him, it's sad because here's a man that is stuck in his room. He probably can't go out anywhere. You'll never see him posting something. I was at the park. He's just there, He doesn't even have a puppy. I remember there was a time he had a dog, at least to play with. He's all just by himself. He looks sad, And the reason is because all these years he's been in YouTube, and he still hasn't humbled himself to say, you know what, I was on the other side. I did this. And I don't know if he doesn't want to hear himself saying that, or because he probably, talk bad about people that went to the other side in prison. But listen, at the end of the day, you have to make a decision in life. And whatever your decision is, stand on it. You know what I'm saying? And whatever happened, it happened. You're not that man no more. But yet I feel a lot of times he wants to be that man. He wants to be that dude. And, and I could tell you this, people that watch Dubs, I used to watch him. I used to like his content. But now I don't watch him more. You know what I'm saying? I don't comment no more. Because you know why? Because of this. He stopped. This truth and trust is what he lost. Because he doesn't tell the truth. Anytime there's paperwork, there's even, people always say, you're just saying that. Where's the paperwork? Well, the paperwork is out. And Dubs, look at Dubs, got out of prison. He only tells stories of about 8 years span. Even Cali Legend Media was talking about that. 8 years span, but he never thought, where's the stories when you went to the SNY and you're selling in the SNY and what you've seen in the SNY? Tell us, because that's new, right? Tell us the truth. And like Cali Legend Media was saying, it's so good, is that they could tell, like, this guy is lying. You know what I'm saying? But yet he has the audacity, right, to talk bad about Wes Watson or these other people that dropped out. He was even calling somebody a peseta. What are you? 24 cent? At the end of the day, this is the thing that I like, even Cali Legends Media was talking about, that at the end of the day, just be honest. Because you're trying to minimize everything that you are. It's like, I work with people and they come and they say, as a pastor, they say, Pastor, I sinned. I did this, but I didn't do this. I did this, but compared to so-and-so, I'm doing good. You know what I'm saying? No, sin is sin. A lie is a lie. Whether it's a little lie or it's a big lie. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of time when you see Dove's video, he's like trying to make an excuse what that paperwork meant. Or trying to make an excuse why this, why that. Listen, at the end of the day, Dubs, if you're truthful with yourself and truthful with people will respect you more. You know, when people come to me as a pastor, as a minister, and they come to me and they're honest about their sin, and they say, no, I did this, I did that, and I'm sorry. You know, you can see the brokenness. Man, you respect that individual. You want to help the individual. But there's some that come and they like, man, I sinned, but it wasn't my fault. They made me do it. You know what I'm saying? Or they set me up, you know, and or they say I made a mistake. No, you sin, you sin. That's it. You lie, you lie, you know? So trust and truth is so important. So, you know, John Villa, my advice, I know you don't care about my advice. You sent me a comment last time in one of my videos. But at the end of the day, hey, I'm not here to, I just want to, if you hear me, I want to tell you, just come with the truth. If you come with the truth, people will respect you more. You know what I'm saying? I think that. And at the end of the day, I think you got hitched up with the other guy, Leonard, you know, from up there, because compared to him, you're good. You know what I'm saying? Compared to him, you're an angel. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they say. People they're messed up, or they have issues. They hang around with people that has it worse than them, so they're not highlighted. You know. But at the end of the day, it's who you hang around with. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time you made a comment that, man, I can't believe Big Boy is partnering up with Wes Watson. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with John Villa, partnering up with another guy that is worse than him, you know? But at the end of the day, if you come truthful, like, man, I love Cali Legends video today, you know? Props to the OG. I respect that. He comes clear. He comes truthful about, you know, what's really all about. At the end of the day, real recognizes real. You know, if you've been there and you've done that, you recognize, hey, there's something wrong about this story. And when they call you on it, you try to make excuses. Listen, real recognizes real. And there's some people that they don't care, but at the end of the day, listen, don't be somebody that puts somebody down because there's something, because that's who you are too. You know what I'm saying? How can you judge somebody when you're doing the same thing? You know what I'm saying? So that, you know, at the end of the day, we're off the block. Stay off the block, but be truthful in the block. You know what I'm saying? Because our youth are depending on us to tell the truth. And at the end of the day, listen, you spend, 24 years, 23 something years in prison, and you're trying to give advice to somebody that's trying to make it here in this world. You know what I'm saying? And just be truthful by yourself and try to make it in this world day by day, but be truthful, because there's people listening to you. And some of them are going to take your words and run with it, and they're going to get in trouble later on. I'm telling you, I in the community, a lot of times I meet people, and a lot of people that are coming out of prison today, they're coming out of prison today, they coming from the SNY, most of them. And it's sad, because now they're trying to, like, you know, get a new life, get it going, watch your back sometimes. But listen, you could just stay in the narrow path, mind your business, stay away from the neighborhood, and do good. Stay off the block. All right, that's my story for today. Props to Cali Legends Media. I just felt like, you know, I wanted to do this video because, you know, believe it or not, I pray for John Villa, and that God will touch his heart, and that, you know what, that he'll be truthful about his life, his story, and, you know, God will honor it. All right, God bless you. Off the block. See you next time. That's my video.